Thank you, Program Director, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great honor and privilege to be invited to this august and significant International Women's Conference, whose purpose is to enhance women's empowerment through all forms of technology. I have been asked today to talk about empowering women after I was empowered, and to share with you how I was empowered and how I then empowered other women. I think there are many ways in which I have been empowered from a young girl up to adulthood. But I want here to talk about the privilege of being appointed a minister and what that means if you are a woman. And I'm sure I speak for my sister here that indeed it is not easy, because it is still a man's world, even in cabinet. When you look at ministers globally, most of them are men. When you look at presidents globally, most of them are men. So it is a man's world. Even in that cabinet room, the struggle continues. I want to say that, yes, when I was first appointed in government, I was a member of parliament, had the privilege for 10 years under President Mandela in 1994, and in 2004, I was appointed Deputy Minister for Minerals and Energy. You can imagine, I didn't have a clue about mining. I've never been into a mine. I had no idea what they do in the mines. But as my sisters and colleagues said, you get in there and you prove them wrong, that women can do it. So I got in there, and of all the complicated technical questions and systems in mining, I decided that I was going to find a niche for women. I was going to ensure that we find ways women can also come into mining. And I'm glad to say that today, 12% of the mining industry in South Africa is occupied by women, and that is a beginning. When we came in, we thought that our mining industry is over 100 years old, and so in the 1800s, they never had the good technology they have today, where they take out all the gold, all the diamonds. They left a lot of diamonds and gold in the waste, in the dumps that you see all over the country. So we decided that women must be given the mining dumps because those are easy to mine. And indeed, we also set up the South African Women in Mining Association, SAWIMA, which then assisted women to organize and to get together and to get the necessary training and empowerment in mining, which we then started in the department to train women specifically. But my area of interest specifically was to train women in jewelry manufacturing. I said to the women, we wear the earrings, we wear the rings and the necklaces. We are the ones that know exactly what we want, what type of jewelry we want. Therefore, we must produce it. I then started taking young girls to China, where they were trained in manufacturing, jewelry manufacturing. And I'm happy to say today they are back in the country. They are running their own company. They are able to produce jewelry. They have been to the USA, they have been to London for exhibition, showing and selling their jewelry. One of the issues that we fought at that time in mining was the blood diamond, the blood diamonds of Africa. We worked very hard to ensure that we come with a clean process of mining and of selling our diamonds. Thus, we came out with the Kimberley process, which is recognized by the United Nations, which ensures that countries that are part of the Kimberley process don't use diamonds to buy arms, don't use diamonds to feed coups and dictators and so on. So that was successful, but we also had a campaign all over the world, especially in the USA, targeting the rich superstars who love diamonds. And we said, when you buy a diamond that is certified through the Kimberley process. That diamond comes from a developmental process where the people who are mining that diamond are able to benefit as a country. And we also said that the women who are doing jewelry must also be trained to cut and polish diamonds. And we said to the American women, those diamonds are developmental diamonds. They are not blood diamonds, because there is a woman out there who is able to feed her baby, who is able to take her children to school, who has been empowered, who has been trained in that industry. I left mining, I went into the arts and culture. We continued to train women in jewelry manufacturing, now using indigenous jewelry, our beads, our natural resources, to train women and to find markets for them. I wanted to share this because I think it's very important that when we are privileged, I think most of us here are women leaders, we are privileged. We have to ask ourselves, am I here for myself? Must I not pull my sisters? And as I move up, I must bring others as well. I think as women, we have that responsibility. As women, we have to make sure that we have a strong grassroots women's movement, that when you are in parliament, inside there it's tough, as I've said. When you are in parliament, there's a strong women's movement behind you. When you are making demands, for instance, in South Africa, we're saying the 43% is not enough. We're now drafting, in my department, we're piloting the gender equality bill, which will ensure we attain 50% at all levels of government and in society, especially business, where we're very weak. But we're saying, with that bill, without a strong women's movement in the country, we cannot succeed. So it is important that as we move into parliament and cabinet, we work with women on the ground. We've also been working as Minister of Agriculture, where we trained women to use their land properly, empowering them with technology, particularly technology that is sensitive to the environment. And as a result, we are promoting organic production of agriculture. We're working with the World Food Program to distribute maize and other food products in Africa and other countries where they are needed, but we're saying ours will be organic agricultural products. I said yesterday that we have started the Techno Girls in my department. We're training girls with private companies, including mining and the ICTs and companies in communications and construction so that girls can get into science and technology. We've found that we've reached the 50% of the MDGs targets in girls and boys at school and at university, but we have not done so in terms of science and technology. So we are moving with this program of Techno Girls, partnering with the private sector, where they are job shadowing in their companies during school holidays to expose girls to the world of mining, to the world of ICT, and so on. Lastly, I want to say, as Minister for Women, I have to whip my colleagues. So all these ministers, our 43% women ministers, we have the Minister of Defense, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Minister of Science and Technology, the Minister of Energy, the Minister of Mining. All of them are women ministers. And I say to them, Minister of Communications, what are you doing for women? She has started ICT programs working with rural women. Minister of Science and Technology, what are you doing for women? She has bursaries where she focuses on PhDs and ensures that women are doing science and research at PhD level. I'm talking to the Minister of Defense, who is a woman. What are you doing for women? She is training girls and young women as pilots in the South African Air Force. A number of them are committed. The Minister of Energy, we're working together to train women as engineers in installing solar heaters, but also in ensuring waste management programs are there, waste to energy projects, but also recycling projects. I think there are a number of projects that we're doing, but in conclusion, I want to answer the question that has been asked for this session: is technology complementing the human touch? I think as long as women are not in technology, technology will not complement humanity. For us to ensure technology complements humanity, we must bring women on board as leaders. If we don't, we will have technology used for pornography, for child pornography. We'll have technology used for biological weapons, for nuclear weapons, for bombs. I believe if women are there leading, we will not have these disasters. Technology. We will add the spiritual touch to technology, and it will indeed complement the human touch. Thank you very much.